Violet Timmons is here.
Danielle.
Sonia's here. Ryan's here.
Jenny's here.
Donna's here.
Judy's here.
Jeanette, I think we have everybody.
All right. Well, good. What?
Great turnout.
Yeah, it's good turnout, especially with the nice weather we've been having. I'm surprised that more people aren't out on the beach. Well, again, nice to see all you, and again, continuing to meet virtually. That's working and keeping us active, keeping us vital, keeping us current and relevant. And again, we're an extension of the Chamber of Commerce, so it's we act in according to their rules and their regulations, bylaws, and again, we have our director on the line, so we can't say too much. So any secret stuff we're doing, we'll keep offline there. So we got a copy of the September. Oh, I'm sorry. Now I'm going to introduce Ryan for the secretary's report.
Do you want to do get to know your ambassadors first?
Oh, yes. Boy, my agenda it's all jungled up. Okay, sorry. Roll call, get to know your ambassadors. So we talked about a theme and kind of a fun theme to think about. What would you do if you won the lottery? So who wants to start off? Kind of give me a couple minute thing on what you would do if you won the lottery.
Okay, I'll start, and it's always been this way since I can remember. If I won the lottery, of course, besides helping family, any family that I could help, but I would absolutely give to organizations that I believe in. And for the last 14 years, Chamber's been one of them. So you guys better hope that you win, because I'm going to give Chamber a huge amount of money if I win, because I love Chamber. That's what I would be doing. I would, of course, I already live fine, so I don't need anything, but I would just make people happy by giving them money. That's what I would.
That's
boring,
great.
right? But
Who's next?
I would talk to my tax advisor.
smart.
I would start my own organization where I could grant funding for people in need.
Perfect.
What would the name of the organization be?
Probably has something to do with green and blue and football, perhaps.
Oh.
Lending a hand. Ha!
Nobody else is talking.
I can go next, I guess.
I would buy a huge ranch somewhere warm, and I would put my great big house in the middle, and then I would put 4 houses on the outer corners, one for each of my kids, and a guest house. And I would probably rescue animals and do therapy programs.
Oh, nice. I'll donate to your organization, Donna.
Awesome. I have lots of donkeys and goats and horses and those little furry cows.
Oh.
I would make sure to take care of my husband's kids, make sure they have places to be and, taken care of for the rest of their lives, and then maybe do some traveling.
I don't want to be honest. I'd come visit you, Richard, for starters.
Danielle's on her way to Costa Rica.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
For their surfboard.
Yeah, no, I probably would go someplace warm. I would probably retire someplace warm. That's my honest answer. Nobody's getting any of it. I'm retiring. Just keep sending me the checks, Richard.
I'd
Well,
probably have to pay Richard some money to tell me what to do. But most of all, I'd pay off the bank so I'd own the radio stations outright.
That would be good.
That would be fun to not owe anybody a single penny, right? That would
Oh
be,
my
that'd
gosh.
be a nice feeling. Yeah,
And I wouldn't have-
I think you've all said it, is just to share with family, make sure everybody's, as much as you can, help them out and do well. And, if somebody's struggling with something or other, out of, or in our community, make sure to try to help them in whatever way, maybe help to the
Absolutely.
warming shelter or something
Absolutely.
like that. Any other shares on what you would do if you won the lottery? Oh,
Well,
Kim.
it would be really helpful for me right now since I'm getting ready to sock a whole bunch of money into my house right now. So that would be very helpful to me. But, one of the things that I always thought I would love to do is sort of like Donna, only mine would be cats and dogs. I would take home every little orphaned animal ever. So, yeah.
After I made sure that my family was taken care of and give to a few philanthropic organizations, I would probably try to spend the rest of my life rowing boats on a river somewhere.
Ooh, fun.
Kim, we can't seem to catch you just right, but is your,
No
We
audio.
can't hear you.
No sound.
we know it'd be good. So we know what you would do, Kim. So we know it'd be good. Okay, next up on agenda item, let's have Ryan and give a secretary's report.
Has everybody had a chance to look over the notes from last month? Yeah, are there any questions on it? Looks like we had a pretty good turnout. 10 people. I wasn't there. Kim took notes for me. Thanks, Kim. And looks like it was a fun one. Get to know your ambassadors was a favorite collection. Had a quite a great variety of items there. Does anybody want me to go into it more in depth? Motion to approve the notes.
Proof.
I'll second.
Second.
Third. Okay, ambassadors business. So membership, we have current count on ambassadors of VIPs. We have 21. And again, that VIP just means that you're 5 years or greater and you've done the other duties, the greeter duties, the rafflers, things like that. We've got 17 actives, which again is kind of that middle ground, 0 to 5. And then we've got 2 greeters, which typically are the newer folks. And then I don't see him on the call this morning, but we're a brand newest ambassador. Matthew Maldonado is the owner of Imperial Painting and Design, which we've met him a couple of times. He's visited our meetings and seems like a nice individual and good business and has some ties to the coast. So I know that we'll expect to see him more often and glad to have him aboard.
And
Team.
Richard, for the record, first of all, thank you, Ryan. That was her recruit. And Ryan has also agreed to be his mentor. So I just want to make sure we get that in the notes.
Excellent. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Ryan. That's wonderful. And I believe you are currently with Lila as well. Is that correct? Yes, excellent.
Yeah, they're both so high maintenance. I don't know how I'm going to be able to juggle them both. It's my pleasure.
That's great. And, you know, as we grow or new folks, you know, again, there's those opportunities if somebody wants to kind of partner up or take that on. And again, you know, like Ryan's saying, I don't think those two will maybe have a whole lot of need and we'll get it and, you know what kind of our organization's all about, but there may be newer people that are, you know, maybe need more help, but, you know, again, that's an opportunity to kind of help out and spread the level a bit. Chamber board report. So I continue to talk about ambassadors with our full board and executive board, continue to give them reports about what we're doing, our meetings, our frequencies, the attendance, and they thank me for the report and I think it is continuing to build that continuity or continue that, you know, as we're an extension of the chamber. So I think that's really good, and I'll keep doing that unless somebody says otherwise. So I think that's been good. Talking about social media, talking about how we're networking, that's another way that we can spread the word. So we've kind of developed a social media award. We adopted it a little bit from Rotary, does that as well. So that's something that has been pretty popular. So we, you know, with posts on Facebook or Instagram, or, you know, whether it's the Chamber Commerce or Chamber Ambassadors, we're trying to be and create top fan for the month. And so drum roll, please. Top fan for the month was me. So let's all try to, you know, anytime anything shared or posted or, you know, take, you know, look at that, share it, like it, do, you know, a couple words of, you know, response or input, and then that will help, you know, promote that and put it out more in the community, especially, excuse me, especially with what we're going through with COVID. You know, a lot of the businesses are really struggling. So we want to try and continue to show that the chamber is a, you know, a great way to network, great way to, you know, interact with the community. And, you know, we think it is a very vital thing for our businesses, and we want to promote that as much as possible. With the top fan, again, we've been doing a $5 coffee card, which seems great, you know, and we kind of be nice and Sprite for our meeting. So that's great there. Next, we'll have Sunshine Committee, and we have our own Jenny here. So go ahead and take the floor, Jenny.
Okay, well, obviously we can see there are only 2 people for November that qualify for the month. However, these are both people that have been with the Chamber Ambassadors for, other than Dave Miller, for a lifetime. So Dave, you need to change your birthday to November, so it kind of all falls in place here. So Corey's been with the Chamber for 28 years, and Sarah has been with Chamber for 26 years. And the birthdays are November 10th for Sarah and November 19th for Corey. That's it.
We've got a couple anniversaries on there.
Oh, I have to get my second page. You're absolutely right. Anniversaries. We have Ryan for 1 year already. Ryan, woohoo!
Yay!
And Susan Beck for 15 years, and Laramie Ward for 15 years.
Wow.
Awesome.
Great job, Jenny. You bring a lot to that, and we appreciate you stepping up and doing Sunshine again this year. I know it was, you know, you had to learn Zoom, and you went to the convention to learn that and get the confidence. And so we're so glad you're here and participating.
Oh,
Great job.
oh, sure. Thanks.
A couple other things on the agenda here. We want to talk a little bit about holiday raffle. And so again, our annual event, and it's going to look a whole lot different this year. We know that it likely will not have the turnout or the benefit to the Chamber Ambassadors that it's had in the past, but we're going to try and make the best of what we can. One of the things that we really are going to try to emphasize is, with so many other things going on, you know, people are doing virtual auctions or online auctions or those kinds of things, is it's going to be more about, if you can, great, fantastic, wonderful. We appreciate it. If you can't, we understand. And so, you know, after the online auction starts, and I think that's a bullet point coming up, but the raffle after the online auction starts, we'll start, you know, doing a little campaign to see if there's any donations out there in the community, see if there's things that people want to share. And, you know, we're not asking for big things, you know, but if they've got them, great. But, you know, more little things, just more in the tradition of, you know, what they would do in the past is, you know, maybe even bring something on the way to the event. But so kind of what we've done, we've had a couple planning meetings. And I know we've got a planning committee. I know I'm on it, and I know there's about a half a dozen other people. So raise your hand if you're on the raffle planning committee. So a good portion of our group here. So good job. Thank you guys for doing that. We've had, like I said, we've had a couple meetings. We've got another one on the calendar. I think it might be November 9th, a Monday, November 9th, I think is the date. So again, we'll be talking a little bit about, you know, some of those things. And we've ironed out quite a bit of the where, what, and why. So we have a lot of that understood and what that's going to look like. But again, the strong emphasis will be not a hard sell, not a hard push. And we understand if, you know, if somebody had given to the boosters, if somebody has already given to the online auction, which also known as the banquet balloon auction, just change the calendar date a little bit. Great. Then, you know, and if they feel like we're, you know, are asking a lot, you know, we're just trying to help out and can keep these programs in place, keep these traditions going. That's really, you know, why we think it is so important that we can keep this going. And you know, it would sure be easy to just say, oh, let's skip it, go back next year. But you know, I don't think that's in the spirit of the community. I don't think that would be the right answer. So again, is there any input from the group here on the raffle, or things you've heard, or things you want to be heard? So it sounds like I've said it all. Then
You
again,
covered it.
we appreciate you guys' participation. And again, I know the next bullet point on there, we're talking a little bit about Ambassador After Hours. So, and I think this actually really was born.
That should have come off.
Oh, okay.
You know, that was moved down below to those parking lot.
That's what I thought too. I want to go ahead and mention, since we kind of have it in there, but Ambassador After Hours, this is kind of in line with Lila brought up, you know, a networking group or a way to create another opportunity. And it may be just not the right time on that. We definitely want to keep that going, want to keep it alive and keep it on the agenda. And I appreciate you, Lila, thinking and asking and talking about that, because I do want to do that. I want to be participating in that. And, you know, I think that helps out and, you know, creates those relationships. And there isn't anything better than you might be talking to somebody about one thing, and then you happen to know, you know, a community member or chamber member that does whatever thing that person's needing, and you can refer them right away. You've got that. So those kind of relationships and those conversations will build that and be able to, you know, to make us more prepared to have those, you know, good in-depth conversations. So I do want to come back to that, and I do thank Lila for you know, let's get that going, kind of a you know, motivation. So that's good on that. So again, we'll keep that, Jeanette will keep that on the agenda, and we'll keep talking about that. So that's not going to go away. Let's talk now, facing the future together. Has there been any positive experiences, you know, during this last period of time, as far as, you know, in what we're going through? You know, maybe something related to the Echo Mountain fires, maybe something related to, you know, Halloween, maybe something, you know, whatever's going on with getting ready for the holidays. Is any personal experiences or quick stories we want to hear?
Well, it was good to see the kids out at the trunk or treat at the Elks Club on the 17th. They all seemed to have a good time, and they all pretty much respected the social distancing rules. Lots of candy was given out, and it was a really good turnout. And, you know, I forget that the kids without school are not getting that socialization. So it was really good to have them out there and see them enjoying themselves and wearing masks. So yeah, it was pretty positive. It was great. We're doing another one tomorrow night in Walport.
I told John yesterday they could all dress up as bank robbers.
Kim says no.
That's got to be a logistic nightmare for the banks. Everybody with their masks.
Yeah.
Do we know, is the city, is there any kind of an organized event going on tomorrow? Is there anything happening that, you know, are we expecting anything to get together?
Bayfront is doing one, I believe Night Beach is, but City Center has canceled because the city is the sponsor of it.
The
So like
Decoing was canceled, but yeah, Waterfront, the Bayfront and Night Beach.
I thought that behind Fred Meyer, I heard people talking about their kids still planning to do that.
No,
And something's going on at the Lincoln, the
no,
city outlets too.
that's
We
where
know
I
where
live.
Dave lives.
I would tell you that I would guess that there'll be less than half the normal participation
I
of,
would think.
of
Yeah,
homeowners.
that's
I
too
think
bad.
I think that's what I heard is there's, you know, just a lot of people are planning on just to not have lights on or not to, and to try and make it obvious that, you know, they either can't participate safely or, you know, whatever their view is on that. But I think you're right, Dave, that there will probably be less than half, you know, and again, the parents will likely to be, you know, more careful and those kinds of things.
I know the council from the governor, the state, from the county is do your own thing, have your own party with your own family.
Only 6 of them though.
Yeah, well, if it's your own family and you have more than 6, you can have more than 6. But you know, don't go trick or treating. Is what they're saying, because you don't know who you're going to go to, whether they have COVID or some other disease or what they're doing this year.
Like every year.
Yeah. I think I read that the Lincoln City outlets are doing like a drive-through in the garage there. So that's kind of fun and safe.
Is that what they're calling a reverse trick or treat? I heard that term.
Oh.
I don't know where that's at, but I think I heard something called a reverse trick or treat. Well, okay, so next up, announcements, and I think we have, we don't have Lisa here, but we'll have Jeanette talk just a little bit about the online auction.
It is coming along well. We have well over 50 items ranging from weekend trips to suitcases to all kinds of miscellaneous items. So it's fun to see it come together. Lots of gift baskets. We have right now to date $1,500 in sponsorship, and I would like to acknowledge our ambassadors' participation with Team and Next Home Picket Fence Realty. Our presenting sponsor is Northwest Natural, and we also have Rogue and Bateman Funeral Home who have come in. So that makes up the 1,500. Our goal is 7,500. We can do it. We can do it. So we're on board. We're figuring out the auction software program. So when things are getting entered now, and Laramie was in yesterday with Julia. They were photographing all the items so we can get those up and get them previewed. I don't know, those of you on the committee, do you have anything to add? Danielle, Lila, Kim?
No, it looks great though.
Yeah, it's really coming along. There's some really fun stuff, and
I've got a donation that I haven't gotten in there yet, so it's going to get there Monday is my plan. Me and you talked about it, but I'll get it there probably Monday.
tell them what it is.
So last year and I believe it was last year or maybe it was the year before, but at the Seafood Wine Festival, Ace Hardware was there, and they had a deal on new crab nets or crab cages with the ropes and the buoys and the whole 9 yards, just all put together. And so I bought 2 of those, and And lo and behold, I haven't used them this year. So I got 2 brand new crab cages ready to go, and I'm going to donate one of those to the online auction and one to the ambassador raffle. So I think they're, sticker price is like $100 a piece or something like that. But
Right.
they'll be,
Oh,
I think that would be a good gift for that. So
Jeanette, I missed the last meeting. When do the items need to be there by?
I think we need a commitment as soon as we can so that we can keep processing them. But if the items are there before it starts the 16th. So if they're there by that Friday, the 13th, so we can have it, get everything staged and in order. And
Okay.
know that we talked about that the other day on one of the things. It said something about November 1st. And I think you were going to take that off and just say, go ahead and keep bringing them. But if you have, if you know what you're going to donate, just let them know.
that's the important part.
And then again, kind of talk just a little bit about how it's, it's going to run for a week. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's the 16th through the 21st, and we'll provide a link soon, right before the auction, where people can register. And then you can go on at any time during that, 6-day period, and you'll get notified. So if someone outbids you, you get notified about it, so you can go in and continue bidding. It's kind of fun. It's kind of addicting. I don't know if anyone participated in the wine auction, but you do. You kind of are like, I know I was. I'm getting that wine. I'm telling you what.
It's only 50 cents more. Yeah.
We'll have a feature called Buy It Now. So if you're just dying to have that particular item, you can do. It's like 150% of the value. So if you want it, you can sign up for that, and it's done. It's yours.
Excellent.
Good idea.
And then on that same kind of thing as with the annual raffle, do you have kind of a program with picking up the items? Can they be shipped? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Shipping will be available on most items. If there's some, like Lisa Thompson Sanitary is donating a Traeger, clearly that's something that we're not going to ship. So we'll have like a disclaimer on those items that are non-shippable, so they need to come and pick them up. So it needs to be someone local. But there will be an added fee for that. The chamber won't be responsible for the shipping charges. So we'll have pickup times, kind of similar to the wine auction, if there's local deliveries or pickup times where people can come and get their items.
Perfect. Excellent. Good report. Okay, next on the agenda, we're going to hear just a little bit about the Seafood and Wine Festival update from Judy.
Well, Seafood and Wine Festival changes every single day. So the budget we set, it changes every single day. As of today, we have made some different decisions on how we are actually going to have the Seafood and Wine Festival. We are going to focus on the to-go portion of the festival mostly. We are working on having a really awesome online event where we'll have some different people doing cooking. Our very own Steve and Sonia Lovis are going to be cooking online. Local Oceans will be cooking. Chinook Winds, we will have them. So when people come to pick up their basket, or you can have them shipped as well, there will be maybe 4 wineries that will be there. We will not be doing any tastings. We will only have wineries there that you could purchase some wine from. we are trying to work really hard with keeping in, the rules and guidelines and OSHA guidelines, and we just want the community to know that we are trying to make sure that everything is safe is what we're doing. And that we will have a commercial wine competition a couple of weekends before that. I think that will keep the real momentum of the seafood and wine going, because those wineries really look forward to having their wine judged and see if they can win and that. So that's kind of where we're at with it.
Excellent. Well, we know the same thing is it could be easy, or it would have probably been easier just to scrap it and say, see you next year. But that, I don't think that would have been the best decision if we, if we continue and have, what would this year be? Would it be 46 years? Is that the number?
45, I think. 44. Yeah.
So again, that's pretty rich tradition, and certainly it would be hard to let that go. We don't, again, we're adjusting and are following guidance with the health department. They kind of come in and change that. The design, like Judy said, is changing daily, and just like the rise in cases, that's driving our events, that's driving our lives right now. It's how we get to interact or how we get to socialize or do business. That's directly impacted. So again, when we're asking for donations or gifts or whatever those things are, be cognizant of the business is probably struggling, or they've had issues, or they've got folks on part-time laid off or let go, or maybe they may be on the brink of closing. So we'll always be aware of that.
So question, so on the commercial wine competition, how's that going to work, Judy? Are the judges going to come out here and there'll be comped rooms and how's that going to work? Because of the COVID, if they're comparing wines, they're going to have to be in a group, right?
Not apart.
They will, but we can set up where they sit and everything 6 feet apart. That's no problem. In fact, we're thinking about maybe even doing some live Facebook shots from the wine tasting and that. So yeah, we've just figured it out that we can safely, we're looking at renting a really large vacation rental or something for that, because there's a lot of homes that have that big wide open space and have a kitchen and that kind of thing. So we will do what we can to make it all work and keep our social distancing. And the wine judges have, there's one that has decided not to participate, but the others feel that we have always supported them, and they feel that this year is the year that they really support us.
That's wonderful to hear, and I think that's great. Again, we've supported so many groups and vendors and different things, and to see that they've got the back of the chamber, I think is wonderful to hear that.
And I don't know if you guys know or not, but in order to enter your wine into the competition, there is a fee for that. So that does help the chamber.
How many, generally in that commercial competition, how many do you have participate in that?
So we're limiting this year to 200.
So in that venue where that scenario with a rental home or large space, how many people would actually be in that space?
Well, you would have probably 4 to 5 wine judges, and then just your people that are going to be washing and pouring, washing the glasses and pouring the wine.
The other question,
Probably no more than 10.
the one question I think you answered on one other meeting, but it was the extra wine glasses left over from the either last year or previous years. Did you say we're just about out of those, or is there some of those that if somebody, a private collector, you know, or maybe there are going to be some of those in the online auction or raffle? Is that something that's going to happen?
I will have to look because I don't know. I know we sold some at the yard sale, so I don't know exactly where we're at with the count on those.
I was going to say, it surprised me to hear that because I went that day with Bobby when we were preparing for the yard sale and gathering things, and down at the one storage unit, there was literally like a wall of these cases of these glasses. And I guess if I saw that those were gone, that would be wonderful, but I think I would be surprised. But yeah, do look at that, because that certainly would probably be something that could sell. I know, at the yard sale, it seemed like we sold a few of them, but excellent.
Would that be the wine glasses with years on them, Richard, or?
Yeah.
I don't remember if they were. I don't remember if they didn't have the year. I know the chamber decided to go back to having them each year, having the specific year on it, but I'm not sure. Judy will probably report back to us what that is or what she finds on that. But I think that would be interesting to find out as well. If maybe they had a case left over from each year, that would be wonderful.
Hey, Judy, I have an idea. I did a square foot comparison of the BBSI office, and I can have up to 12 to 14 people in there. If you want to come check it out, I would, to save a little bit of money, I'd be more than happy to donate the space for the judging.
Okay, I appreciate that. One of the things with getting a vacation rental place is that also takes care of sleeping for some of the judges as well.
Right.
So,
Right.
but no, I
Okay.
appreciate that, and we will definitely keep that in mind, and I'll let Bobby know.
Would you also be able, if you get the rental house, will you also be able to do like the live cooking in there for that you were talking about earlier?
No, we will be doing that at the individual places.
Okay, that's what I was curious about, is if you could do it there and have everything kind of take place there.
See you, Dave.
The yacht
Because
club.
that will be different. That will be different.
Tell us more about that. What's the cooking thing you're talking about?
Well, like we're going to be selling dock boxes as an add-on, and Local Oceans will do a cooking show on how to prepare your dock box. And then I think Chinook Winds, since they won't be able to do like their sponsor party, they will be doing a cooking segment, that kind of thing.
Excellent.
So we're talking, just so I'm clear, the cooking means that, for instance, Sonia and Steve will actually be cooking. We'll watch them cook whatever it is they're cooking that can go in one of the boxes. Is that what?
No, theirs will just be a fun section. No, so the box is only going to be Local Ocean as to what you can add.
Okay.
But just for fun, like Steve and Sonia, they'll cook something like fish and chips or chowder or cioppino or something like that.
Got it.
It'll just be like, you go online and how you watch cooking shows on TV, and we'll have.
And then we're not going to say out loud where they're cooking, because you have a rush of people going over there to get the food once it's cooked.
Well, yeah, with Steve and Sonia, we wouldn't have any place for them to go, but the dock box thing will be kind of a way for people to see what they're purchasing in their dock box, how they prepare it, that kind of thing. And I guess Laura from Local Oceans is going to do a special one that has a variety of seafood type things in it.
I'm pretty excited about that. I think that's going to be a great compliment to what we're doing and be a nice partnership there with that. So that's great. Well, let's do ambassador announcements or round robin. So any other announcements on those things we've talked about, or any new things, just to make sure we don't leave somebody with a question or announcement. Jeanette's shaking her head.
I was shaking my head to Ryan. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. Something has just come up and I have got to run. I apologize.
No problem. Thank you
Okay.
for
See you.
thank you for coming.
Ryan.
Yep. Happy Halloween, everybody. Look forward to seeing you
Hi,
soon.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Next on the list here, November meetings. So this month it'll be the second and third Fridays. So because of Thanksgiving, we're going to just do the second and third Fridays, which date wise, then that's the 13th and 20th. So a little bit of change to our normal schedule, as well as next month will be a little different also. But second and third, so the 13th and 20th of November. A little up down the list here on the agenda. November 13th, our showcase then is going to be Faith Kresge, which is the brand new, well, 6 months or so ago, I guess, new executive director for the Lincoln County Historical Society. So that will be a showcase. And I know we've visited the Historical Society with Steve over there, and that's there's been a change there. So she's the new director. So that'll be interesting to hear about. And then, of course, November 20th will be our month-end meeting and talk, likely we'll have had the online auction completed and talk about the results there, talk about other things, and then a little bit more prep for the annual raffle. December then is December 11th. Again, will be the it'll be the 11th and the 18th. So again, the second and third Fridays. So as far as meetings in December, make sure that's right. December. Oh wait, sorry. December 11, no meeting because the raffle. Sorry, I read that incorrectly. So just the only meeting will be essentially our month-end meeting will be on December 18th. But again, we'll be ramping up prep. So again, if you find yourself before the 11th and want to help volunteer, coordinate, or those kinds of things, we'll need a little bit of help on the raffle. But that will be our emphasis for that Friday, and more to come on that. Any other questions, announcements about any of those things? So then the biggest thing here, we want to just say, open it from the floor and just kind of leave last minute comments or announcements, anything else there.
Who are we voting for best Halloween costume?
Oh, yes, thank you.
Today's meeting.
I vote for Kim.
I like Kim. She's got a head to toe.
Yep.
Me too.
Wait a minute, she's got socks though. Jeanette has socks, so that's head to toe.
That's her normal Friday outfit. What are you talking about?
I know.
No different.
Jeanette, was there a winner, or was there a prize for the winner?
Yeah, it's a coffee card.
Whoa.
What's your favorite coffee place, Kim?
Probably Starbucks.
Or would you like a bottle of wine instead?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
That's much
I think
better
I
in the
have it
morning.
stashed in my office, so. Okay.
Right.
Party in Jeanette's office.
Mimosas.
Yesterday they were clearing it out, taking pictures, taking everything out there. I'm like, where did all this, there were 2 bottles of champagne just sitting on the floor. I'm like, how does this stuff even get in here? God.
You don't remember, Jeanette, it's okay.
We discovered there was a Magnum. Joel got like a Cabernet. I'm like, where did this come from? And apparently it came from Bigfoot. So we put it in the auction. It's giant, ginormous.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You just never know what you're going to walk into when you go into that office.
So I have something just a little off the subject here, but so we have got to get My Sweet Petites to be a chamber member. So yesterday I stopped in there and I brought a box of day-old cupcakes to the office, and it was a variety box. And oh my gosh, I have been so sick from eating all the cupcakes because we took bites of every single flavor, and they are amazing.
They're the best.
I
Yes.
know I hear about them. Where are they? Is there a storefront that they have, or how do you get those?
It's where court or Bites on the Courtyard used to be.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Okay.
So
And
yeah,
they
so every day they have a selection boxes that are already boxed up of cupcakes that are for $10.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
And they don't taste like they're day old. I mean, they are amazing. And there's surprises inside of them. I mean, you know, it's like you look at them and you think they're just a regular cupcake, and then you're like, oh, what is this in here, you know? So yeah, so we've got to get them to be members. I did talk to them yesterday a little bit, and I think Jeanette's working on them too, so.
Wonderful. Great news. And
Well,
thank you,
Ryan
Karen.
just needs to walk over there every day and get cupcakes for breakfast.
Exactly.
It's dangerous.
yeah, they also have a location in Lincoln City, but I've been fortunate enough to do enough weddings where they've done the cakes and they are amazing. Just saying that. Just saying they're not only beautiful, but they taste amazing.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes they'll look real pretty, but they're kind of like, ugh. Nope, not theirs. Theirs are the best.
Pretty and good.
Mhm. Pretty good.
Well, good. Then kind of the last thing to just wrap up is we got those on there about the networking groups. We certainly want to have that, and maybe 2021 is the year to start those, or, you know, again, we'll keep talking about that, keep that alive. And again, the ambassador after hours, whether that's one and the same or its own thing, we want to keep that going. And, you know, again, we enjoy our time together. And I think that, you know, that would be fun to have, you know, whether we do a bingo game or something. We talked about that. And I think Judy said that you guys had a bingo game at one time, at one point. But, you know, maybe do that or do bunco. That might be a ton of fun. I enjoy that game. So that might be something to, you know, do a standing date, something like that. So we want to keep that alive. So any other last things before we adjourn?
Have a good weekend. Happy Halloween.
Yes.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Bye,
See you later.
Hi.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.